like to bring up are the terrible trio, as I call them. Martin, Loic, and Mark, if you would mind joining us. I will let you guys talk about yourselves first, and then we'll go into Q&A. But what's interesting is, actually, we'll start with you, Martin. So you've actually created how many? 4 companies at this point?
8, but 4 in technology.
4 in technology. Okay. And the other 4? Just quickly, because I don't know about the other 4.
The other 4 are Urban Capital that I started when my friends who were squatters in New York were thinking that it was cool to move to Tribeca and Soho and squat, and I said maybe it's cooler to get a permit and turn that into a business. And that was in the early 80s when I was a student. I also started an alternative energy company, which is building like 200 million euros worth of wind turbines and solar farms. I also started a biotech company in the 80s, which is now in Canada selling Instes. And I can't forget the other one. But the ones that are relevant to the crowd here in technology are Viatel, which I started in 1990, and when I sold it was worth 1.2 billion. I started Jastel, which is the second largest publicly traded telecom operator in Spain, also worth around $1 billion. I started Ya.com, which I sold to Deutsche Telekom for 550 million, but they are now again sold to Vodafone like this week for again 500 million. We invested 38 million. And Phone, which is what I'm doing now, which is
going to get sold for
well, in the millions. No, I think what I wanted to say about serial entrepreneurship, I was listening to Stelios and the fact that I used to speak very poorly of people who were children of rich parents, but now I have 4 children. So I empathize through my children with Stelios. And I think that in my case, I really wanted to make money because my dad was a professor, my mother was a teacher, and all I heard when I was growing up was we have no money. So that was an incentive to make money. I also wanted to do well because they threw me out of Argentina and killed my cousin, the fascist government of Videla, and almost killed my father and I. So we were forced to emigrate, so I wanted to prove that it was worth for me to be alive and do something useful. So I had something to prove. So I think being a serial entrepreneur. But then somebody else said that an entrepreneur is somebody who can't get a job. And certainly when I was at Columbia University and I would go for a job interview and they would say, how do you see yourself in 5 years? And I would say, at least as your boss. I wouldn't get a job. I can't understand why. Somebody says that to me, they get a job. Somewhere else. I don't know.
Okay. That's good. That's a good beginning.